Good morning. So this is what I was talking about. I think I explained to you guys that I would put a YouTube video on, and here I am. So we're in the same thing, obviously, because I'm doing this after school. So today you are going to finish up those microscope labs. So first one, the mitosis through the microscope. Just complete the sketches, label everything you possibly can, indicating what um, the the little label on the slide is on at least one of those slides. You should copy that down. So if it's Flynn or whatever, you just want to get as many details as you possibly can so that you keep track. Let's say you wanted to come back to this and then you were like, I don't remember if it was this one or that one or whatever it may be. So you want to make sure like you just document everything you possibly can when it comes to science. So put on there what magnification it was as well. You're going to scan those in on Google Classroom and turn those in after you write your conclusion. So at the back, you can use, like I said, somebody was asking me about it, and I'm like, you could use the lined paper behind the lab. That makes it a little bit easier to write. You may work in your groups, but I will tell you this, that in your groups, you need to have original writing. So you can have the same idea, but you need to write it in your own words. And then the microscope calculations, what I'm looking for is that you do the practice problems, you show the work, and that you would calculate the diameter of the field of view for one of the microscopes that you're using. And I know many of you are already on this road. Indicate which one, and then provide a table like what's on table 2 for your particular microscope. So sometimes it takes a minute to kind of work through and get that into your head. And what I would like for you to do as well is, if you have the time, take a little droplet of the pond water and see if you can find anything and measure something live. So the bucket of pond water is in the front station, where that'd be like right here, something like that. It's in the sink there, and there's should be some droppers on the side, and what we call deep well microscope slides, and then some cover slips. So you can go ahead and put some drops into the deep well microscope slide and put a cover slip over the top of it. But remember to follow the directions about starting in low power, moving to medium power, and then they're a little bit thicker. So you have to be really careful not to hit the cover slip or the slide and even break the slide. If it happens, it happens. Please be very careful if something does break because it's glass, right? So once you are using live specimens, once you remember, so you get the goggles, use the goggles while you're setting up the live specimens, lift them up, use the microscope. If you're going to be using live specimens again, put the goggles back on, wash your hands. If you end up creating your own slide, wash your hands after you're done using that. Wash the slides themselves, and you can just dry those on the little tray that you have there as well. So I would love for you to do a microscope calculation with hopefully something that's living in some pond water, and then the mystery. It doesn't say that, but complete the drawings, label each magnification, and turn in your predictions for the unknowns on the mystery. So the third point, it should say mystery microscope, or the microscope mystery. I don't know why I didn't write it on there. So I'll go back and fix it on the daily agenda. Anyhow, so your homework this weekend, complete the labs if you don't finish them in class, complete all your readings, prep your questions for Silent Spring, as we will do the Socratic seminar on Tuesday, study vocab, because they'll have a hopefully on Tuesday. I'll let you know if you're off the hook and if you have to study through and wait till Wednesday, but I'm aiming to get a vocab quiz done for Tuesday. And then your daily question: what are the dark finger like squiggles? What are those that are actually in the cell? Hopefully you actually know. And then what is the purpose of mitosis? So come up with those amongst yourselves, get it all written down, then head into the lab. This is the point at which I think I predicted in the lab. This is to the sub, but I said go ahead and pause and swipe up. So I'm going to take my picture out of there. You can go ahead and pause and swipe up. At some point it may restart, but you can kind of go back and pause and swipe up again, and just leave this up on the screen so that people can see what they're supposed to be doing. And I will remind you, park everything in low, wrap your cords, make it really neat for me. And if you wouldn't mind, please put the chairs back up on the counters, because we're we're not using the lab for the biology classes. I just would like everything to be put away neatly. So you have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Thank you. And I shall see you on Tuesday.